Hello, folks. Welcome to SmackDown, and we have the show open up with SmackDown on Friday nights as usual. We see Stone Cold Steve Austin arriving to SmackDown. Shane McMahon and Shawn Michaels welcoming him, saying, "Hey guys, how's it be going, brother?" And Stone Cold obviously disappointed that he wasn't able to save Raw, but Shane McMahon tells him, "Don't worry, we're gonna get together." And then that's when, the Child Protective Agency walks in, Make a Difference Hernandez, Titus O'Neil, and they just come up and they're like, "We're here to protect the kids." And Shane McMahon's like, I don't give a shit. And then they walk away, and that's how that works out. And they're just awful. That's that old segment. I didn't really have anything planned for. I just thought it'd be funny. Someone, I forget who. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a root beer milk, commented. It was like, the Child Protective should beat the fuck out of Austin. But that would be an interesting feud. But I have shit planned for Austin right now. But I thought I'd throw that in there as a little Easter egg. And we have the match. We have Perfect Fortunes taking on Motor City Machines. Motor City Machines, the probably one of the better tag teams we've had. I mean, all the tag team scene we have is pretty fucking great. We have Kings of Wrestling, Insane. We have Perfect Fortunes. But Perfect Fortunes, both Dolph Ziggler and Ted DiBiase have kind of banded together to go on a small road to redemption type storyline. They both need to have a kind of look at themselves in the mirror and say, this is who we are. We need to be, as great as we think we are. And then you have Motor City Machines, two cocky guys, two guys who, on their own are pretty good, but together they're almost fucking unstoppable. They're almost like a brick wall. So many tag teams have come and gone. The only team that even beat them, Colt Cabana and Tyler Breeze, broke up around the same time as that. And, while Colt Cabana is your Intercontinental Champion, is doing pretty good for himself, they have left death and destruction in their wake. Can Perfect Fortunes make it out of this match? They've been denied their matches on the pay-per-view. Can they score the win, all important, on Friday Night SmackDown? They do in a 98 A-star match, sensational wrestling, and a decent reaction from the crowd. It's weird. Perfect Fortunes defeat Motor City Machines in 20 minutes and 5 seconds when Dolph Ziggler hit the Dream Street zigzag combo onto Shelley. Perfect Fortune wins the WWE World Tag Team titles. So they have proven the doubters wrong. They've proven they can go the distance. They are your new tag team champions. In order to calm the crowd about that, Samoa Joe chokes out a little bitch by the name of Derek Bateman about 6 minutes with the coquina clutch. But after that, outruns Sheamus, and Sheamus just starts beating the shit out of Samoa Joe as best he can. He's screaming out he's had it. He's had it with this stupid bullshit. Oz, we haven't seen Oz in the show. I don't think we are. But Sheamus finally moving away from Oz. But he is taking out one of the guys who were on that team. Sheamus just unleashing the anger, the pent-up stress and frustration he's had of losing his money in the bank, losing all his shots, losing the important victories, and now he's trying to look to make an example out of Samoa Joe. And we go into the backstage where we have Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, two guys who are familiar with each other, kind of form a mini alliance or so, they're kind of bros probably. And we talk about how Jack Swagger will be taking on Colt Cabana next week, for maybe a possible shot at the IC Championship. And Zack Ryder just walks in and is like, "Bro, Zack Ryder?" I mean, Zack Ryder says, "Bro, Zack Ryder?" He just says his own name and walks away. No. He's like, "Jack Swagger? Are you fucking serious, bro? Jack Swagger eats ass. And Mark Henry, you fucking suck. Dude, you almost fucking lost to Minoru Suzuki. Cool dude, but he's old as fuck. He's on time decline, bro. Dude, you guys need to, actually get yourselves together. I'm out here and go have a match. See you guys later." Zack Ryder walks away, and Jack Swagger, Mark Henry, really fucking pissed off that Zack Ryder's talking all this bullshit, as is per usual. And we have a tag team match with the women, the Coven taking on the Gate Crashers, in which we have the Coven taking the loss when Katie Lee defeats Lara Tempresta, I really should have picked fucking better names. With the Blood, missed. Katie Lee was head and shoulders above everyone else. Lyra was the weak link, but that's just because she's not too over. Melissa getting a fucking pretty great rating, all things considered, but I'm pretty sure that has to do with the chemistry. And after the match, we kind of see Astra June pop up on the screen, and Katie Lee, like a couple months before, you remember, she just kind of stares at her, very taken aback. And Trish Stratus is then seen to show this the GM of the women, looking on and seeing about what else is going on, and taking note that these two maybe a pay-per-view match is on the way. And next we just have basically a hype package of John Cena, show him doing his things, basically murdering The Rock at WrestleMania, going all the way back there to his recent victory over The Rock. Basically The Rock basically retired after this match. This is just The Rock is done, and that's about it. So John Cena has literally ended multiple fucking WWE careers, whether that be in the ring or murder, as it was with Ryback, in the span of just a couple, from April to November. So John Cena is waiting for the next challenger to step up and claim their place in history, and possibly their careers. And on our main event, when we're supposed to be a number one contenders match, where Mysterio fucks around with Drew McIntyre, but then Drew McIntyre, I fucked this up. It was supposed to be like a chaos ending when Batista, oh my god, Batista runs in and starts beating the fuck out of everybody and anybody can get his hands on. Batista starts beating the shit out of Rey Mysterio. He beats the shit out of Drew McIntyre for a little bit. And, he's just going on and on and on, beating the shit out of him. Why does this not have a storyline? Oh, because it's not that over yet. So, all things considered. And I cut back, and fucking Batista's just beating the shit out of fucking Rey Mysterio. Shane McMahon and Shawn Michaels, they get secured to come down. They think that we have an invader, but Batista goes, oh no, Shane, that little message you missed is that I'm a SmackDown superstar. And everyone's like, what? What does this mean? Why would Batista be on SmackDown? Why wouldn't he be helping the Dynasty? What is this shit? And, chaos ends. And we have one last thing before the show ends, in which we just have The Undertaker. He's in the cemetery, coming off his victory over Sting, the dream match. And we see... we just kind of highlight, we basically use this to highlight the careers of The Rock and Sting, two guys who are basically done. Sting is just done. The Rock is done. And The Undertaker, he wanted to retire Sting, but he kind of looks almost conflicted. He is the last of this he is one of the last of this generation. The last of that kind of era of wrestling, still standing. And he tips the hat at the two things. I imagine when we do the Hall of Fame, they would get a proper send-off of the two. But just for now, we just kind of tip the cowboy hat, tip the hat, and send off The Rock and Sting. And that's how we end the show. 91A. The main event let down, but that's just because I fucked up booking it. All things considered, I am currently dabbing. But yeah, no, still I'm liking the storyline, just setting up, Armageddon. No real matches set up so far. But we will have to see how that goes down. I will see you guys for the next episode of Monday Night Raw.